Right, okay, guys, we are live on YouTube. Hakan. I suppose the other guys on Discord will join us when they're ready. Welcome to everybody else on YouTube already. I greeted everybody I could see there. Apologies if I missed someone, and obviously the ones I cannot see your names of, you're also very welcome. We have a good new day, sun shining, everybody's happy again, so we're going to just enjoy this flight. I hope, I believe, and thanks for joining. So, Hagan thankfully warned me I forgot to change the title on the startup screen. I did that eventually. I'll check all the other data that happened. And then in between, I see there was an update to some Toolkit Pro. So I just want to quickly have a look, see what it says. It looks like we are now at version 6. Might be, I'll check. Nope, it's version 5.7, but it looks more and more like version 6. So cool. All right. Right, so it looks like there is a bit of setup work that needs to happen here. While the sim is loading in the background, let's have a look, see together what has changed. I can try find it. I'm not sure. As far as I know, it was made by Pine65. So maybe just type X space plain Pine65 in your Google quickly. Just quickly go try see if you can find it. But please, please. Okay, so go like this. Pine 65. Search on that term. Just copy and paste that. Okay, I'm not sure if you're making a joke, but it is funny. Anyway, so search that way. Then please remove the GES folder from the library because it's old. It's going to break the Zibo. So please, any ground services needs to be removed. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. And I see now I need to restart this thing because it gives me a black screen. So let's try restart it. Let's see what happens. Jojo, it's helped many people. The response I got from that was overwhelmingly positive. I had two people complain that it wasn't clear enough, and I went back and I looked and I just shook my head. I don't know how they can say that, but people are different perceptions. But yeah, the response was really good. Dan actually shared it on his Discord as well. For SDKP in the news, the response was good. I'm just waiting for SDKP to start up now again. While we're waiting, let's start the Zibo as well. So yesterday I flew the 4K model. Today I want to fly the 2K model with a new VGA card just for the hell of it, just to see the difference between them. Because getting the new VGA card kind of put me in overdrive. Into the rig, I can't remember. I read the changelog yesterday. I'll have to go find it. It's in the README. We can look at it later on. So let's see if we can click on SDKP again. Why is it not showing? Hmm. Hmm. There. Okay. So for the guys doing broadcasting on YouTube using OBS, I had to change the setting from a Windows 7 display engine to a Windows 10 display engine. A couple of weeks ago, we had to take it off the Windows 10 display engine because it didn't work. It looks like all the updates with OBS might have fixed that. So there you go. There's the new SDKP of this morning. I immediately see there is an error, so we have to attend to this. Let's quickly read through. Yes, we've got explain 11. So you have a new way of setting the sim up, it seems. Then we go to the explain setup. Yes, that is correct. All right, I want to see. This is, I did speak to Dan about it, so I don't want to say too much, but with the little tabs at the bottom here, it might be difficult. It might actually be difficult. He did mention that there will be an option shortly. Was it him or Tony? I can't remember. One of them said there will be an option where we can actually decide if the tabs go to the left again or to the right of the screen, or it stays at the bottom. I don't see it yet. Don't see Tony here. Maybe he'll join us later. Yeah, brand new one just released, Captain Olaf, or at least I only saw it was released just now. So this is now version 5.70. So I'm just looking through the changes. We had to make peace with the fact right now that the tabs are here at the bottom. Okay, signed in. Let's see. Okay, no, it's got the plan at least. That is the plan, but we will talk about that later. The one thing that is nice is now you can click on the tab, it will open and close. You don't have to go and hunt for a tab here on the side. That's very nice. There's Active Sky. Now, one of the things the previous versions, at least the last two previous versions of STKP had was, for some reason, it just never had the right weather. It was always like an hour old. So let's actually go and see if this weather now looks better. Otherwise, I'm going to use Active Sky again, because I mean, that's just logical. If the one doesn't work, you go to the next one. All right. Okay, this is a very nice new way of displaying it. That's very nice. And in real world weather is off because I'm making use of um, Active Sky. All right, then we've got the airport database. What does that do? EGSS. Let's see, what does that do? All right, ha, look at that. Tells you everything you need to know about the airport. That's very nice. Checklists, I don't care. Let's see. EGSS. Runway 22 seems to be okay. So now this is now the trick. What is the version this one sees and what does Active Sky see? So let me go find my Active Sky. My Active Sky sees 10:20 Zulu. That one is at 9:50 Zulu. So it's again, it's half an hour out. All right. I don't know what to say or think about that. We will have to speak to Dan, because there's got to be a button somewhere where we can click go fetch the weather again or something, because I mean, there's obviously a discrepancy now between what the weather situation is in the simulator and what STKP tells us. That's just an observation, guys. That's not critique, it's just an observation. 10 degrees difference in wind. So we've got 160 at 5, where that one was 150 at 5. QNH is still the same. Temperature is different. See, a lot of things can happen in 30 minutes, guys. And that's also why I always say don't use real world Twitter account to go and find out what runway is available or some real world thing. If you don't have the same weather in your sim, it's mute. It means nothing. Samuel, no, it gives live updates. Like I say, it's just a bit behind. Now, obviously, if I disable my Active Sky, which is running on a different um, time scale, and I actually enable there's real live weather. You can just enable that one. That means that the weather in STKP will be the authoritative one. It will be the dominant one. It will actually go into your sim, and that's why you would then acknowledge this as the true weather, because that's what gets into your sim. That's what is relevant in your sim, not the real world Twitter account or Flight Radar 24 or whatever. All right, and the same goes now for Active Sky. I mean, Active Sky is currently my weather engine, and the weather in the sim is what Active Sky says it is, not what Twitter says or Flight Radar says or anybody else says. Active Sky says what the weather is. That's the authority. So it's different, and that is why, when I'm going to do my flight planning, I would now, because I know there's a discrepancy, I would then rather use SDK. Sorry, would rather use Active Sky instead of STKP, because this is not injecting into the sim at all. This is irrelevant. It's just a suggestion. so to speak. Hope that makes sense. Right, where were we? So we checked the weather. We don't care for that weather. Let's go have a look. This is now the new map, the new display of the map. So obviously I've only seen it now same time with you guys. I have not played with it. It's first time. So we need to go and find out how this thing works. Layer options. There we go. Right, so there is known issues. We don't worry. Yeah, we can have follow me on. Fur boundaries. Yeah, we can do that. Airports, we don't care. We're going to fly on IVAO today. That's not set in yet. That's not plugged in. So let's go. We need to go and activate these things. VATSIM. Nah. I don't want that. Switch off. Ah, there it is. It's taken it now. There. Okay, so I was just a bit too fast for it. Right, okay. There it changes the map for us. Let's go see. Satellite. I prefer satellite. So there's satellite again. Right, the next question is how do you make this as north up? Because now how do you determine where's north, east, south and west when the map isn't north, facing north? It's a good question. No, I prefer satellite. We'll keep it on satellite. Ah, I see he's even made provision for POSCON already. That's cool.
Yeah, I like popcorn.
Hello. Hello, Steiner.
Hello.
Alright, also that's not where I'm parked. That's wing 737. That's Uncle John. So I think my connection isn't connected. So usually it was somewhere here. There was a button that we pressed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I haven't gone through all the settings, so let's have a look. See. So let's go back here. There's explain live map settings. All right, we'll leave that if it's Zaveo. That's right. Twitch.
Nico, I don't know why my simulator is getting crashed. I will try once more
How can you
during the
very
flight
soft? What's
time.
crashed?
My simulator.
Wow. Okay, well, read the log text quickly.
It is too late
Okay.
again.
Just crash it
Okay, I
again
will
and
try
then
to
read it.
fix it. Yeah, exactly. But probably it consists of X camera.
All right, I see now.
If anybody finds the follow me button on the map, please tell me.
Why are you guys so soft today? For some reason, you guys are all soft. I can't hear you guys. Sorry, Uncle John.
Oh, sorry, I'll try again a little bit louder. If
Yeah.
anybody finds the follow me button on the new map, please tell me.
Well, it's in your options, Uncle John, but there is a big note here that it's buggy. So I've just switched it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is
Thank you.
buggy. Okay. The other thing, and I'm sad Tony is not here now. The other thing is I don't find the north up button. Matt said that maybe it's in settings. I couldn't find it there. I don't know. Look, this is the new thing. All right. So what we can do is we can just go back to the old one. What does it say? Yes. All right. So while it's being worked on, let's skip it. I mean, I don't want any nasty surprises. So at this time, look, I mean, you can immediately see North is now up. So um, you know, you've got a bearing that you can look at. I just want to make sure that IVAO is on. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so nice to have, but we'll worry about it when it's sorted. So we're not going to worry about that then. Hello, welcome. Not sure what your name is there, sir, but welcome and thank you for joining us. Right, so let's have a look, see where are we at now. We don't need to worry about this right now. So now let's go back there. And we need to go to Navigraph. We started with this one. Right, so let's quickly check the weather. I can't remember everything. We have 160 at 5 knots. So our runway will be due to I'm not sure what the difference is between these guys. Let's have a look, see if there's anything major we need to know about. Only available on request aircraft equipped and approved in accordance with requirements. Alright, okay, I suppose we are, but just for the hell of it, let's go see what the other one says. So this is the normal departure. Clacton, Aiteromia. I guess I want to be difficult. I'm going to take that one. Okay. Michael. Okay, cool. Well, Michael, thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. Alright, then let's go check the arrivals. What is the weather telling us? Variable at 4, so it's our option. We can decide which way we want to land. So let's get the lay of the land so we can make an informed decision. Right, so we've got a 6 and a 2-4. So while we're coming from the side, why don't we use number 6 then? All right, dome to alpha. Right. Hmm. Okay, well, let's go have a look. Let's see. Alright, so this actually brings us to the VOR. It doesn't actually take us anywhere else. Okay, alright, so then I suppose the approach will be the telling thing. There we go, teardrop again. Samuel, I can imagine. I mean, I'm sitting in between Lanseria and Joburg International. And the only aircraft you hear are the Gripens coming overhead, the fighters, and the police helicopters, and every now and then an army helicopter. That's all. There's no commercial, nothing happening here. It's terrible. It's weird. Um, I'm just worried about the fact that they actually spent money on fixing the Gripens to get them airborne when they could have fed hungry people. And why do you want to fly Gripen fighter jets when everybody's locked in their houses? It's like an absolute sign of intimidation or something. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Their story. I wonder what the plan is with that one. I mean, are they going to bomb us? What are they going to do? Your own government bomb you? I don't know. I don't think they will. Don't go and tell anybody I said they are. It's not what I said. It's just it makes you wonder why. Anyway, back to our reality. Yeah. Right, I'm back. Sorry. My wife just brought me lunch, so I'll attend to that when we are a little further down the line here. So we can't save that one. We don't care for that one. This is going to be interesting. We're going to hit the VOR, bug out, turn around, come back. We're similar to what we wanted to do yesterday. I'm not sure why that is still there, that little line. Surely it should take it away. Just change it, yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, it had multiples of the same thing, yeah.
Hmm. Okay, when I read the actual flight plan, Steiner, I don't see that it needs to draw that. Okay, so obviously when we run through the step in the legs, I'll just keep an eye out for it because that's going to export completely wrong. I'm not sure if it just didn't, update properly. Not sure. I mean, it clearly needs to go there. There is the option to go past and then come back. There is that, but we selected it to check it, and then it's supposed to take it away. Okay, let's not waste time on that. Let's actually export this plan and copy it, obviously. Copy.
If you're gonna wait 20 minutes, Nico, you need to start your Ryanair client
Yes, sir. Will do.
now.
Will do. Will do. Will do. Let's get that thing running then. Thank you, Hakan. Thank you. Thank you. Before I continue, look at this. He's gone out. Look at what Dan did. He's gone out of his way to give the information now. It is so cool. Thank you, Dan. I mean, you just have to read it and it tells you how to do it. It's awesome. Okay, this still needs to be fixed. We really need these things active at the bottom. Because now, if you forget something like I've done, or if I want to look up my actual flight numbers, I can't. Okay. Let's go find it in another browser. You see, now I need to go and copy the Navigraph file because I had to, copy something else in memory. And now I have to go and open my Navigraph charts again just because I can't open a tab. Navigraph, let's just start that up. Hakan,
Yes, sir.
can I file on flight level 270? Does it sound good to you? Because I see the VA says 290, but I'm going to file 270.
I said 310.
All right, okay. That's heavy. That is heavy. Samuel, as long as the ERAC data in SimToolkit Pro and SimBrief is the same version, it will work perfectly well. If it's not the same version, it's going to complain because the one's going to have a route or a waypoint that the other one does not have. So it's kind of, it won't make you happy, do yourself a favor, take the €10 or $12 or whatever it costs. Just buy at least one Navigraph cycle, just a single cycle. Update all of your stuff, everything. Zibo, SimToolkit Pro, Navigraph, well, that will be updated, and then obviously SimBrief. Just update everything, and then stop the subscription. Run it for like 3 months, buy another subscription. You don't have to spend €10, $12 every month, but that's a better way of doing it than not having anything, in my opinion. All right, so in this instance, what is that one called? Ademi. DOMEG. There. Okay. So that looks better on the chart then. That one's fine, that one's fine. Let us pre-file on IVAO. Right, so there you go. This is what the pre-file looks like on IVAO. A little bit different, but still exactly the same information that we do on VATSIM. When is this scheduled departure time? What is the time now? That's about right. Submit the flight plan. Right, so it is now done for us.
Flight level, you need to change flight level.
Why?
Says 270.
So I said to you, I'm going to file 270. What is there a
Ah,
restriction?
okay. Okay, no, I suppose that you're gonna fly at
Okay.
370.
All right, no problem, Markan. Right, let's hit the fly now button. One thing is for sure, I like the new layout. It is magnificent. Dan did an absolutely stunning job here, but I'm also now used to my muscle memory from the previous version, so it's going to take a day or two to just fix it. That's not right. Somebody that's not familiar with what that is, that doesn't mean anything. That has to change. That has to actually tell you what it is. A DALT. What do any of you know what a DALT is? Let's see some hands on stream or whatever. Do you know what a DALT is?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, except you, Paul. If no one else answers, you can answer. I mean, but I'm thinking now for the ordinary users. It doesn't look like they want to say. All right, Ian, you know what it is. Okay, well, type it there for us, and let's see then if Paul agrees.
Decision altitude,
Mm,
and DH is decision height
nope,
or height.
not in this instance, guys. It's not decision altitude. Ian, you want to pop your answer there?
I do like the way that the tabs work from the bottom. You can pop the Navigraph charts up and then pop it back down without moving your mouse.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
quite like that.
Yeah. My biggest problem is my taskbar at the bottom of my screen pops up every time I go close. And so it's interfering with me. I prefer them on the right hand side because then my pop up doesn't pop up from the bottom every time.
Yeah, so perhaps the same feature on the side would be
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah. Either Dan or Tony mentioned to me it will have an option where you can select bottom or right hand side. It's obviously not implemented yet, but we did discuss it, so I'm not too worried about that. Ian, yes, you are correct. What say you? What does the DL stand for? Paul, do you agree with Ian there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is your density altitude. In the Zibo, unlike many other aircraft, even similar ones, it actually takes density altitude very seriously. It actually you need to operate this aircraft accordingly. All right, so if you don't know what density altitude is and you go fly in a hot and high condition, you're going to see your bottom very soon. And this is the reason I asked Dan in the beginning to put it in now. A DALT, we've seen now on stream here, is not a known thing. There is no thing that's called a DALT, and if unless you know what it used to be called, or you know a little bit more about flying, DALT is not a good way of describing density altitude. That's just going to create confusion in my mind. Do you guys agree? I mean, sorry, I don't want to be critical. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying it needs to be described better. Anyway, it's just my opinion, so we'll leave it at that.
Afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Kevin. All right, well, that brings us to a place where we can actually start setting up the Zibo then. So let's start with doors.
It's an interesting subject as to whether density altitude needs to be spelt out, because most people, me included, had no idea
Yeah.
that it only becomes an issue in relatively unusual circumstances.
But that's
So
what makes it so
maybe,
unique. That is why it
you know,
needs.
it's true, yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
why it needs to be understandable, Paul. Look, I think 95% of flight simmers don't give two hoots about it because they've never been in a situation where it actually counted. Okay, because we did all those tests under flying in Peru, you know, to see the effect of density altitude on the Zibo. We know it's a valuable tool, but you know, how many non-real world pilots really care about it? That's the other question. But I just think um, I'll speak to Dan. I'll see what we can do. But I just personally think it needs to be descriptive. So anyway, one of those things. Let's start our cleaning. Let's start our loading.
Well, I just did my first flight with XP Realistic.
Okay,
Much better. Much.
much better. That blows your mind. Right, I've just started the flight. So as always mandatory, we need to be here for 20 minutes on the ground, setting up the plane, making sure everything is okay so they can actually log it for the VA and give us our extra 20 points. I don't know what squawk code we're going to get, but I'm just changing it to something else. Let's make sure we are on 122.8 and there's no other 122.8 there.
What is your call sign, sir?
Ryanair to Foxtrot Victor. I'm going to start the client just now. Give me a second. And that sound here was me connecting. Alright, Arkan, are you connected? Will I be able to see you?
I see you, sir.
You are
I
9.
see you.
Okay, go.
I see you probe satellite.
Alright. You are 982 again, eh?
As always, yes.
Okay. I see we don't have ATC here, so that's okay.
Glide slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Obstacle. Obstacle. Pull up. Airspeed low.
Samuel, the question of which one is better is subjective. It depends on the criteria that you use to measure which one is better. For me, it's much of a muchness, but then again, the next person, you know, loves the new audio codec that you get with VATSIM. IVAO does not have the codec facilities yet, where you can talk on Unicom and do things like that. They're still using TeamSpeak 2 to communicate with each other. So even though the client is brand new and all, the voice is old. All right, it's clear. You'll hear it's very nice and all. It's not bad. It was always better than the VATSIM quality because of the TeamSpeak 2 versus the other servers the other guys used. But now VATSIM is one up on that. The rest is, I mean, it's up to you. My normal suggestion, as always, is get both. You know, fly both and then make up your own mind. You know, see where you fit in best for yourself. Ha, there's a problem. So we need to cycle the arrival page as well. Okay, this is where Navigraph needs to come play its role again. Goes to Dome G, and from Dome G needs to go to Door. G needs to go to Door. Ah, come on. Sorry guys, sorry. I'm a bit fast on the mouse this side. Alright, so if we look at that and we actually look at the chart now, that thing obviously we said we'll look at it and we had to now remove it because it obviously wanted that in play as well. We don't want it. We want to fly from Dome G to Door. That's the Dortmund VOR over there, and then we get onto the teardrop, which is exactly what we now have in the Zibo. So again, the emphasis is just on scan through, step through the legs. You don't want to have the aircraft turn around 180 degrees all of a sudden because you've got the wrong order in your waypoints and things like that, or turn off course to go and hunt something that it knows it needs to hunt, but you don't perceive it. You don't understand why. So that's the one way of just getting rid of it. You guys on Discord are very quiet. Are you okay?
If you
Yeah.
want, I can turn my teenage mode, sir.
Oh no, no.
No. Mature mode is okay, but you guys are very quiet. We had an off day yesterday. Don't let it spoil, the camaraderie and the things here for us. So if you need to speak, you need to speak.
Mature mode requires being silent
Okay.
because
Alright.
we
That's
are
fine.
thinking more. We are
Okay.
thinking more when we are mature. It's a kind of Socrates philosophy.
Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. I'm just checking.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today everyone is in silence. Unfortunately, there is service. Ryanair not happy today, but as soon as possible we are going to increase our energy and we're gonna make some fun. Don't worry about that.
Thank you,
Your
Mr.
captain was
Hakan.
speaking.
Thank you, Hakan. Much appreciated. Good morning, Daza. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you, but I've been busy as you saw. So, Daza, good morning. And yes, we are all good. I hope you are good as well. And then I see Captain Gio just came in. Welcome. Yeah, it's probably afternoon for us this side. Yeah, definitely afternoon. So, yeah, welcome.
Hello, Uncle John, are you there? Do you understand why we are in silence? So, Uncle John not there.
Okay. Speedy Birdie, good morning.
Uncle John, we can't hear you. There is a problem maybe on your microphone. Please check again. You seem you are using push to talk, but there is no voice.
Can you see his light up?
Yes, I can see he's lighting up, but unfortunately, his voice not coming
Okay.
through the Discord.
Okay, gotcha.
Is it working now?
Perfect.
Exactly, sir. 100% working.
Apologies for the
100%
delay.
fine.
No worries.
Now I'm trying to figure out why I'm not showing on Sim Toolkit Pro. I'll sort that out later. I'm ready to taxi anyway.
Where are you in right now, Uncle John?
I've just had push and start and I'm ready to taxi.
In which airport?
Echo Golf Sierra Sierra.
Are you online, sir?
Negative. Just in Sim Toolkit Pro, that's all.
Why you don't? Please let's fly together.
I've still got a lot. You've got to understand, I've had a new update with Windows and there's a lot of stuff still missing.
I see. Okay. No pressure.
None at all taken. Right, I'm going to taxi and get down to runway 22.
That's good, Uncle John.
Everybody have a good, safe flight.
Thank you. You too.
You too, sir. I see there are 4 trophies available on Stansted.
Yeah, at least we're not alone. How many minutes have we taken?
For the separation issue, I'm pushing back, Nico.
That's fine,
Adjust
Hakan.
vertical speed.
You
I've
are
got 8
almost
minutes,
ready.
8 minutes and 10 seconds to go, and then sorry, 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go.
Climb, crossing, climb.
Okay.
Climb, crossing,
Thank you,
climb.
Daz, I appreciate it.
Climb, clear of conflict. Descend, 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 crossing, descend. Descend, crossing, descend. Descend, descend now. Descend, descend now. Increase, climb. Increase, climb. Increase, descent. Increase, descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
Nico, let's ask your participants is a kind of questionnaire.
Mhm.
Which mode of mine they like? Mature mode or teenage mode?
Hakan, I think that will depend on the mood, you know, what kind of morning or day they've had and things like that. We all like the different moods, but there's a time and place for everything. You know, when you're serious, you need to be serious, kind of a thing. So,
I
one,
can always shift. I can
yeah,
always shift.
I'll shout when I need you to shift. Okay.
Well, it seems I am showing, but my aircraft's white and I can't see that blended in.
Oh,
I'm caught up with it now. Just need to change the colour of my aircraft later.
yeah, I can see on STKP now.
Because I hadn't got a clue on the airport, I took a wrong turn and I'm now on my way back.
Yeah, just turn right, and right again, and then left on the next one. Right, 15 minutes, so let's get to this APU. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of all the crew, welcome on board this flight. We expect to be
Ladies and
departing on schedule
gentlemen,
today, and weather on
we are
route is
ready
looking
for
pretty
taxi
smooth.
to runway 22.
Shortly, the cabin crew will be
Ryanair
showing you a
982.
safety demonstration. This is for your safety and for those around you, so please give them your full attention. Once again, you're all very welcome on board.
Lining up.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Taxi to runway 22.
Ladies and gentlemen, move on phone.
ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Right, 2 minutes to go.
You are unlucky because there is a traffic. I need to wait for another separation.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Nico, what we discussed earlier, you remember I went through how I want to do the takeoff. Works 100%.
I'm glad, Uncle John.
Lining up.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Waiting for 3 minutes separation.
Yeah, I've got a couple of seconds, then I can go. I just need to go through the 20. Right, we've gone past the 20-minute mark, so I'm okay. I don't see any other traffic in my area. There is one, actually, just behind me there. Jan, did you fly in the real world or did you fly in the sim? Not sure what you mean there. Oh, now I need to type. I forgot. This is IVAO. Hey, Albapino, real world. Oh, okay, all right, all right. How did you get that right? I thought the Jane B was closed. Or were you one of the repatriated South Africans? Maybe that's it. Matt, it makes the world's difference. It is so smooth. I mean, it's not like I'm getting 1,000 FPS. That's not what it is about. I went and I balanced the texture quality with the amount of world objects that gets displayed. So what I did was I looked for a comparative figure between CPU and VGA. So we balanced it to the best of my ability, and so far so good. Really nice. Ah, got it, Jan. Well, welcome back to good old SA, my friend, and welcome to the stream.
Rolling out.
Right, I'm pushing.
Starting pushback and you may start engines.
FlySim 24. Hello, hello. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks for joining us.
Airborne.
Okay. Haha, nice.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
It's funny to have to actually type everything again. I'm so used to the VATSIM voice when you come. That's probably that guy there.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Approaching 2-2. On runway 22.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Keer up.
$400.
Okay. Gear is up. We can switch it off. And RTO off.
$1,000.
And there's the cutback, so we've gone back to 83.7 on the N1, and everybody should be happy with the limited noise. Hakan, I'm airborne.
I follow you.
Is anybody able to let me know if my stream is going out or not?
Not going out, there's no stream here. Not on Discord.
Okay, thank you.
You forget flap, sir.
No, it was kept behind, and I'm busy talking to Matteo on Messenger here in the background. So it obviously went up while I wasn't watching. So, sorry, Hakan.
You need to tell this to Rainier. Sir. I'm going to complain you.
Hakan, don't mess up a friendship now. You know what happens in the cockpit stays in the cockpit.
Stays in cockpit.
clear day in the UK. Can you imagine? So
Did you
content.
forget to start active sky?
No, it's running. No, it's
Yeah.
running. It's running.
Yeah, the weather in England has got a reputation. It's got to be a active sky problem.
It is a bug of some kind.
Bjorn, thank you so much. Yeah, as I said to Hakan, I was busy talking to Matteo. He was asking me about a complaint. There are a few guys who are complaining that when they switch on the autopilot, the Zibo takes a nosedive. Now, realistically speaking, it's because you programmed your MCP incorrectly. I mean, I've had it on stream here and I go and facepalm myself. You know, how the hell can I do that? But also realistically, I don't know. These guys don't give you any evidence. They tell you the thing's nosediving. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Apart from when I induce it, there's no such thing. So anyway, but Paul, yeah, coming back to your story, have a look, and Steiner, let's just do this back up. So there is active sky. There's no friggin' cloud here, so must be an active sky problem. There's a bit of cloud there at the top. That was so cool. There we can see a couple of clouds building now. Anyway, I'm taking it so nice and easy there. We're busy accelerating, nose climbing, rotating a bit there. We have got all these altitude restrictions here. There is no point in flying at full thrust, climbing to 6,000. Well, first of all 4,000, then 6,000, and stepping it through when we can just take it easy. So it's just energy management, I suppose.
I've got there.
Where?
Streaming, Nico. It's all changed.
Oh. Okay. Well, as long as you did, Uncle John, let's see if I can see you. Yeah, gotcha.
Thank you, kind sir.
Passing flight level 180.
Yeah, I'm still in this restriction of 6,000. I've also just noticed something. Well, hello, Jordy. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you had a good sleep. I'm checking. Yesterday, I got a lot of errors about the keyframe in YouTube. This morning, it says to me excellent connection. I changed the keyframe, so apparently it will buffer less. I hope it's true. Yeah, I was just reading your message there on Discord, Geordie. So yeah, I'm okay with it. That we must just look for some add-on scenery or something. Otherwise, we don't all care that much, I suppose. We just so tonight later on, you know, we go and our time at least tonight. We can go and do a nice bit of prop job flying. So guys, if any of you guys want to join us later tonight, I'll probably stream it again anyway. If you want to fly some propeller aircraft, Cessna 172 or a Piper Arrow or something, because those are the nice ones I've got. I'll probably take the Piper Arrow for a change. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, one of them, the plan is to fly from Key West, a little bit up north, I think. Kilo Papa Bravo India is the destination the guy suggested. So if you want to fly props with us, come join us. We just thought it would be nice to just make a bit of a change, you know, in terms of flying the Zibo the whole time. You know, last night I actually took my helicopter out for the first time in 2 years, and strangely enough, I crashed only once. It was great fun, so I'll fly a bit more helicopter as well. We just want to mix it up a little bit. You know, when we do training, we'll stick to the Zibo, but for the others, you know, we also want to have fun sometimes.
There is ATC, Nico.
Hakan?
There is ATC.
That's actually good news, but where? Oh yeah, I can see them if I zoom out, right?
Langen radar.
EDGG. That's one. 11355. Thanks, Geordie. I'll go have a look just now. Bye UK. There goes my voice. Bye UK, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
What's your star, sir? I mean, I have chosen your approach for runway 06.
I am using ADEM 2 Alpha ILS 06 with the DOR1 transition that gives me like a teardrop onto runway 06.
Okay, sir, I am going to do VOR approach. So I like it.
Welcome. Well, I'm 10 nautical miles from my top of climb.
Arkan's just behind me.
$113 nautical miles to SONEB intersection, sir.
Good stuff.
I see the Netherlands on my screen right now.
$1,000 to go.
Smooth flying. Give me a second. Sorry, my attention is just on a chat on the other side. You are welcome, and you have to have the flight controls idle right to turn on the AP 100%. Look, it's about following the flight director. If you have your little nose, that little box right about there in the center or close to, and there's no pressure on the yoke and you turn it out correctly, the autopilot will switch on. If not, what you can do is in the tablet you can set it a little bit more lenient. You put it on simply and it will give you a greater range where it will take the autopilot, so it's up to you. Then And if you want to practice, make the range wide, and then the better you get, you make the range a little bit smaller, you know. Alperin, give me 1 second. I don't know if Amazon sells it, but I wouldn't recommend buying this from them at all. I'll tell you where to get the source. You go directly to the source, much better.
Or sometimes resellers have better price options than the source.
Okay, let's rephrase that. Just don't buy the Steam version. Okay.
Yeah.
The Steam version has got its own challenges, and it makes it harder to support. Okay. If you bought it, it's okay. Nothing wrong with it. It just makes it harder to support. But just go buy direct. See if you can get it from explain.com. Otherwise, search another place. Hello, Carl. All good, thank you. We are still alive. We're still flying our beloved Zibo, so it cannot be better today. This is a good Sunday for us. Yeah, so, yeah, that's where we're at. We're flying a little bit IVAO today instead of the normal VATS. Ian, thank you for dropping by, and see you next time. Hello, Chris. Yeah, I like my graphics. I like what it does. Where's that thing? Look at the water there. Come on. Yeah, this is all part of the Vivid preset in Xvision. So it really makes everything look good. And obviously with the new VGA card, everything looks better. Much smoother. The direction we're flying in makes this ditch really seem very wide, but there is Europe already.
I will start sending in 20 nautical miles.
Okay, let's see what we are up to. 84 nauticals. Let's do it better than yesterday. So we need to descend to 2,500 feet. Lift this thing, lift up. Our decision altitude 618. Matt, I'm running 41. There's a slight increase, but not much, maybe 5 or 10 FPS when we go to Vulcan that I've noticed. But it's also hugely dependent upon the area and the add-ons that you use at that time, you know. So generally there's a better, you know, mix of frame rates and smoothness on Vulcan, but on the Nvidia cards it's not as much as for the AMD guys, you know. So it's okay. I mean, I get currently 25. I see it goes up to about 35. With Vulcan it's like 35 to 45, you know, like a 10 FPS difference. Yes, we wanted to set this up now. 6.8. Jordy, no, this is 41. 6.8. We'll use it to break 3.
I have started sending.
Okay, I'm not far behind. Yes, it will, it will, it will.
Haha. Stop working. Explain has stopped working because of
Why?
EDLW scenery.
Okay, but why don't you have that setting set up in your explain that it will ignore the scenery problem?
I don't know. Anyway,
Look
I
quickly
don't want to
on
talk.
my screen. Look on my screen. Where is it? General. On this setting where it says warn about missing scenery, just remove that tick. Okay, so the warning will come up, but it won't crash your scenery, your sim out, because that's stupid. I don't know why they made it do it that way in the first place. Just remove that tick, warn about missing scenery. Okay, and once that is done, I don't know if I did anything here. No, I didn't do
Anyway,
anything. Just said that.
not good.
Frustrating.
Yeah, very, very frustrating.
Did you see? I'm never angry when I close when my simulator is closed.
Yes, Arco.
I'm keeping calm always, so I don't need to swear actually. So it's kind of yoga effect
Yeah.
that Rainer provided us yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, good guys, that.
Anyway, hopefully you are streaming.
Yeah, come watch.
Sorry, fortunately you are streaming. I can watch yours instead of mine.
Excellent. 16.
I'm streaming too as well, Arkin.
I can watch. You see how Uncle John's stream is peaceful because there is no ATC, no voice, so it's really good. He's going to call you in 5-10 minutes, Nicola.
It's okay.
Wow, schematics. Cooperated. You're lucky
Why? What? Where?
because one of the center is closed. You are going to connect with Langen radar. Echo Delta Golf Golf FSS.
Okay.
Let me tell you the frequency 123.525.
Thank you, Hakan. One. Thank you.
Uncle John, I think this is Nico streaming.
Frequent flyer, I don't think I've got that command set up. I don't actually have a frequent schedule. The only schedule that I do keep is 800 Zulu on a Saturday morning. The rest is really impromptu. Between running a business, having a family, and this silly virus story, I literally jump in when we all decide it's time to fly. You know, we just come together on Discord and say, okay, it's time to fly. So unfortunately, there isn't a schedule, and apparently, YouTube is giving the users an issue when they try and ring the bell of some sorts because of some kiddie content that I don't know what the hell is going on with that. I'll have to go and find it, you know, work through all my videos and find out which one has got some kiddie content that was set, because it's a setting, you know, in the main control panel it's not set. So I don't know, one of those things. So I'll slow down.
Gets a little bit bumpy at 7,000.
Okay.
Oh, your approach.
Hey Steve, good afternoon, welcome. I'm descending into Dortmund, yeah.
La la la.
Well, Hakan,
Sir, yes, sir.
I've just noticed there's no more ATC in my area. Nothing. He's gone.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because I'm sitting here thinking, hang on, somebody should have called me a long time ago. And I go, watch, look, gone.
Runway in sight.
Right, so we're going to enter from somewhere there. Hit the VOR, turn out, come back in for the ILS, and that's about the extent of the procedure. Nothing much to it, hopefully. Wing 737, looks like you are literally on finals.
Perfect approach, Uncle John.
And that, guys, is Uncle John. Real time, live, via Discord. Auto throttle. Yeah. Well done, Uncle John.
Yes, sir.
I hope I can land as well as you. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. Jordan, welcome, welcome. Ah, awesome. Great that you joined me from Twitch here on YouTube as well.
Congratulations, sir.
Forgets that he's pushed the top button. He's the push the top button. Uncle John, press your button.
Did you get that?
We saw you, but we didn't hear you. This is the first time we hear you.
Yeah, because my push to talk button keeps dropping out, and I'm not sure why. I've tried a dozen times up to now.
You need to run your Discord as admin.
Ah, that might be it. That might be it. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
So you enjoyed that, Harkin?
Yes, sir. It was good one.
It was a good landing. I also watched. I actually broadcasted you on my YouTube channel, Uncle John.
Did you now? Thank you.
Yeah. guys. We saw you. Yeah, I did well. I hope I'm not going to do a bad landing and then you all laugh at me and say, Nick, Uncle John beat you. I won't mind. I'm just kidding. I really won't mind. We'll do the best we can anyway.
Well, I won't laugh at you, that's for sure.
Yeah. Geordie says great landing, Uncle John. Matt, that's for sure. It just gets better and better and better. I'll choose it wisely, but I'll check which one of my flights we can go and play with Vulcan again. I deleted most of my add-on scenery and stuff out of there because it's a beta, so I'll have to go put something back and then we can take it on a spin sometime in the week. Yeah, the only reason I didn't say I'm going to do it tonight, Matt, is because the guys have talked about it yesterday. We all had a big discussion about maybe doing a VFR flight. So, props, you know, we have now decided the route is going to be from Key West. And I presume it's up north to KBPI, whatever airport that would be. I haven't really checked. So I'll stick to normal X-plane because all my aircraft is loaded in here, and then that's why I said in the week, you know, we'll do the Vulcan thing in Zibo again. Palm Beach International. Thank you, Geordie.
Right, I'm going to close Discord down and try and get it into changed over.
Admin. Hello, Will. Sorry, but Matt, when you're ready, when you're ready. The invitation is open and standing, so you just join us when you're ready.
1,000 to go. Thousand to go.
No. This co-pilot is not. It's part of the F mod that Dorje and Audiobird created, so it's definitely not standard. Yeah, as far as I know, that's part of the F mod that was created.
Hopefully that'll work now.
Should.
I have every confidence. Because the boss told me. Well, that's three successful flights in a row, Nico, and I'm still running Traffic Global as well.
Good.
I suppose the next thing is try and run it in, dare I say it, beta.
Yeah, we were just talking about Vulcan here as well. I'll do one of my next flights in the week. I'll do it in Vulcan.
Somebody mentioned a Vulcan.
Oh, the Loch Ness monster is awakened. Good morning, McTrying.
I've been watching for a little while.
Yeah, good.
And by the way, that was a nice landing.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Well, I just had my first ILS malfunction. It never took the ILS at all into consideration.
Approaching 0.
Really?
Yeah. I clicked the approach button and it just went straight through it. It's still descending slowly but surely, so I'm keeping an eye on it.
Flight slow.
Strange, it's the first time ever.
No, I didn't hold it again. I'm trying it for the 4th, 5th, 7th time, 8th time.
What?
This button keeps dropping out all the time after a few seconds.
It depends what you click on, John.
No,
if you click on certain other extra programs, it doesn't matter whether it's admin or not, it still takes it away.
Mine doesn't do it, McTrying.
100.
I'll see how long this one lasts now. Because Mac was just talking to you about something and mine just completely dropped out.
30, 20, 10.
I'll leave it for about a minute to come back and see if it's still working.
3,000 remaining.
I'm upset. I'm really upset now. My scenery, everything, it had like, it was taking breaths. It just wasn't smooth. So I had like 2-3 little stutters there before landing. Thanks, Olaf. No, it's not a bad landing, but I hate the fact that the whole X-plane stuttered. I mean, it's like, come on, not when I'm landing.
was going to say, is this add-on scenery?
100
Nick?
remaining.
I think so, and it might need an update or something. But it's TDG scenery. It shouldn't. You see, I mean, even
Oh,
as I
it's not
taxi,
that.
it's stuttering.
It's not that. It's
What?
certain bits and pieces in the scenery that all that blossom on the trees. It's very tree intensive on here, isn't it?
Yeah. Next time I'll drop the scenery density maybe a little bit, because that's the one thing that I lifted with a new card. But if that's the kind of result, then I'll rather stick it, because I don't want to have a problem landing. That's the last time you want a stutter or a stumble, eh?
Correct.
Actually, wrong one. So, let's taxi. Let's go log this flight. I'm still in reverse. Well, Captain Olaf, you get 5 stars from me too for just saying it was a good landing. Thank you very much. It's loggable for the VA, and as legend have it, a good Ryanair landing. All that matters. So, McTrying,
Yes.
have you flown your helicopter again yet?
No, I haven't. I've only just come to the computer about half an hour ago.
Okay. Thank you, Will. Makes me feel better. When I stop now, I just want to have a look outside at the rest of the trees and everything, because obviously there's something that made it stutter a little bit there. And it's absolutely terrible for concentration, because you're aiming for one point and it stops and then it has to restart, and it's not good.
Okay, can I, just for the enjoyment of the people here, make a suggestion?
What?
And if you want me to make the suggestion not online,
no, you can,
or on stream,
I don't mind. Go for it.
Right, when you've done your replays, your bits and pieces of what you marked, and you've done that, just for the sheer hell of it, take us on a tour of the airfield and just the little local area and that helicopter. Just, I want to see people, just see how good your flying skills can be. And the reason I say that, ladies and gentlemen, is because last night we had a private Discord showing of this man flying his helicopter. And talk about having control of the helicopter, he's good.
Yeah, I just need to practice my landings a little bit. There, I'll have to admit, my landings need bit work. I haven't flown it in like 2 years, and last night I just thought, now I'm taking it again. Plugged in a new extended USB hub to give me more plugs. Got my joystick out, and it was fun. It was really nice. So let me just log all of this.
I hope you don't mind me saying that.
Oh, I don't mind. Just need to go through all the formalities now. The one thing I also need to learn again, Mac, is just to do the cold and dark startup. My startup at this point in time is just has to be with engines running. I can't remember all the buttons I assigned, so I'm gonna have to learn the button assignments and things like that, and then just practice again.
No, it's fine.
Wow, I wonder what happened there. Now I know. I need to keep that nose a bit up a bit longer. That was a harsh nose landing. Okay, let's see if we can do the helicopter better. I forgot my IVAO was still on. Oops. Well, Pine makes them. Pine 65. So if you search for Pine 65 on the org, speak to Jacques. He's also the guy who makes my liveries. The one that you see here, as far as I know, also comes from Pine. He made this mango. So it's a question of just Googling Pine 65 with explain as the keywords, and you should get to his little page. Then speak to him, send him a PM if you want something else. Don't know why it's taking so long. This hard drive spinning, eh? Ryan, I'm done flying for now. You can fly with this evening. I'm just going to take the helicopter for a quick spin, but in terms of the big flight, it's over for now. And then this evening, we're going to do a VFR one in Key West, from Key West to Palm Beach International. All right, there we go. Oh my goodness, that's why it took so long to load. We actually went to back to Stansted, that's why.
Oops. I was thinking that you could show off the scenery that you were at, that was all.
Me too, but well, anyway, now we are here. A bit of hover taxi and then get off the... get off the ground that way. Hover taxi is one of those unnecessary nonsense things that the ATC impose on you from time to time in a helicopter, but can be great fun if you enjoy flying like this anyway.
Unless you're a skilled regular civilian who will appreciate this is not easy, folks.
And also I just want to mention to you, this helicopter comes with a stability augmentation system. Now if you are new, I would recommend flying it with the SAS on, because it basically gives you wings level almost all the time. So you've still got your fair amount of control over the helicopter, but it just brings your rotor disc level, like wings level, you know, when you let go of the stick. So it's just a nice thing to have.
Well, you don't look as if you're doing too bad in it, Nico.
Yeah, but the concentration Uncle John.
You like it, don't you?
Love the sound in this helicopter. The guys really
Like I say, that sound is good.
it chop the air.
Is this the bell?
Yeah, 47. So I'll show you that stability system now as well, that you guys get an idea. I'll let go of the stick for a second to click there. Right, so what it does now is it basically brings that wings level effect. Now for a new flyer, it's much easier flying this way, because you can then use your force trim to trim it into a specific position, and it will hold it for you. So it makes it much easier to fly. Look, it's much more stable. So now you've got the assisted system.
Can you remember how much the controls cost, Nico?
Ooh, this joystick set, yeah, cost me about 3,000 rand, divided by 23, Uncle John, for British pound.
About 150.
He's using is this your 52, is it?
Yeah, X52 Pro.
There's the X52. I must admit, in my view, if you were going to buy the 52, I'd buy the 56, John.
Okay.
There's a reason for that, and that is on the X56, the throttle comes in two, which gives you one throttle to control the collective and the other one to control the engines.
Gotcha.
Nico's had to adapt. Don't get me wrong, he's doing it and has adapted well, but you have to use the throttle for the engines he's got on a rotary switch rather than a lever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Having said that, in a real helicopter, it is a rotary switch because it's twisted.
Yeah, as you lift your collective, so you're twisting like a motorbike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me show you what I showed the guys yesterday. Aubrey, to answer your question, I use mainly ArcGIS for South Africa, and then the filler ins in the middle for the Karoo Desert, I just use Bing. Bloggerman, this is the X52 Pro controls that I have, and Ryan, what did you say? That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's pretty funny. You're changing scenery, presumably.
Yeah.
We can still hear the helicopter.
Yeah. No, I noticed. It will kick out just now. Yeah, okay, again. Right, so just to elaborate on what Uncle John said there. What McDonald told you, Uncle John. You see this big indicator over there? That's your RPM from the engine. So I've got a rotary, so I can set it up, or down, up again.
And it has to stay in that range, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What is it? Something? What is it? 85 through to 110?
100.
That looks like 100, Uncle John.
So you've got to keep it on 100 all the time.
Yeah, well, the whole idea behind the rotary switch is you set it up to get it ready to go, and then you don't play with it again. You've got, as far as I know, a governor that you can set if you want to increase it slightly, or block it, and then obviously you've got all the other fancy tricks at your disposal. So anyway, this is Orcas Island, the one I showed you the other night with P3D as well. So this is the X-Plane version there. The weather is just updated. So let's go and have a look. See.
Okay.
There is, for those that are interested, a good freeware helicopter as well if you want to try flying a helicopter first. A bit more complicated than this one, but it is free.
Bell 49.
Yeah, the 49.
I think you put yourself down a bit though, Nico. I think you're handling this well.
Well, this is it. The skill he showed last night, I was very, very impressed, John. Very impressed. And that's why I just suggested it. I hope Nico wasn't felt I was putting him on the spot.
As long as you want to see it, I'll show you. If I've got time, I'll show you.
I mean, bearing in mind that he barely ever flies it. How long's it been since you had this out?
2 years. It's just been Zibo all the time, Uncle John. Sorry, now I'm flying like a beluga because I don't know where this runway is. Just to get back there. Also, the SAS system does make it more abrupt because that thing really wants to force you to get back to wings level, you know. So I am fighting against that. I can switch it off, but it's
how much rudder are you using?
Nothing. You don't use a rudder in a helicopter. All you do is you keep the ball between the two little lines. That's all. Okay. The rest you do everything with your cycling and
In real world, yeah. you got to use all the time.
No, just keep it
yes.
in the ball.
Yes, exactly, in the ball, so it's balanced.
Yeah. So you move it, yes you do, but you don't fly the plane. Sorry, we're talking past each other. The fact is you don't fly with the rudders, you just keep it in the ball there, and I'm not doing it right now because I'm looking at the trees. But as long as
that's and that's very, very true for very light aircraft as well.
Yeah, well, you've got to keep it, and that's why you've got a yaw damper and all these things in the big aircraft, because you need to keep the yaw intact. You know, you've got to keep that ball. Right, otherwise people will throw up.
Yeah, you get out of trim, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You didn't see him flying last night, did you, John?
Negative, no.
See, now with practice, I'll do it smoother. It won't be so abrupt. You know, you get the idea.
But Nico chilled out this last night. It was good.
Well, I must admit, second to the Zibo, helicopters are really my favourite passion.
Really? Didn't know that.
Seriously, absolutely.
Look forward to seeing you fly.
Well, it's all about the controls. I mean, I looked into it once or twice, and it just seemed almost an unlimited amount of money you needed.
Well, you definitely need a joystick, and you would struggle to fly this with the other. I'd Nico had his opinion. Probably more valuable than mine.
I mean, I was going along the lines where you've got a proper collective, and your block is on the floor, and then you've got joystick.
Oh.
Yeah, don't laugh. What happened there was I threw my own prop wash. I was going one direction and then I turned the other way. Now I forgot what you call it. There's a specific name. In the real world, it's a killer.
Ground effect.
No, this is not ground effect. No. This is a different story. There is a thing when you fly helicopters where you never fly through your own prop wash because the air is so unstable in there that you lose lift. I can't remember what you call it, Jordi, but that's what happened. Is I stopped my forward motion and changed direction, and I must have hit that piece of unstable air. I can't remember what they call it, but it's a killer. It's a big killer. So unfortunately, that's what happened. Part of flying a helicopter is knowing things like that, and I can't remember what it's called.
If and when you think about it, Nico, send me a photograph of the equipment that you're using.
It's in Skymatics chat, Uncle John. Look at Skymatics chat. It's the joystick there in that picture.
Okay, thank you.
Now what you do I can still recall the training I got way back in the day. When you go into that situation with the helicopter, where you get into that air, what you need to do is you need to move sideways out of it. If you fight it, it's like flying, it's like swimming against the tide. You're not going to get out. What you need to do is you need to sidestep it. And there's a specific maneuver that you have to do to actually get out of that piece of crap air that you just flew into. But like I said, you know, it's going to take a bit of training again for me to actually understand the whole story again and do it properly. This is the honeycomb yoke, Geordie, that I've got the honeycomb yoke. See, this is what I did. Now, I didn't go into it again, but I basically, this is what I did. I just turned to shop and then I went straight back into my own wash, basically, for lack of a better word right now.
So let me understand. What am I looking at in this photograph? Is it the throttle system on the left-hand side?
That's the one piece, and the other piece is the joystick on the other side. It's got
Gotcha.
pieces.
Gotcha.
And if you look on the right-hand side of the throttle, John, on the top by the 3 green lines, there's a rotary switch somewhere there. And that's what Nico's using for the throttle, and then using the throttle lever as the collective. I think I'm right in saying, Nico?
Yeah, sounds right, McDwayne.
Yeah, well, that's not what I had in mind.
But it does the job, John. Honest.
Yeah, look,
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
if you want to spend £1,000, you can buy real helicopter simulation kind of gear. Okay, if you speak to Sergio from helisimmer.com, he showed me what he's got. That guy has got phenomenal gear, but that's like real world kind of stuff, you know, that they bring into simulation. And I can tell you one thing, if you've got that, because that's got the real collective in the right place, etc., etc. Remember what I said last night? McTrain was laughing at me. I feel like a giraffe, you know, drinking water, because I'm literally split. My arms are stretched to the limits almost on the left and the right to get to both controls, because my honeycomb and my throttle is in the way of them. You see on that picture, Uncle John? You see, so I'm not in an ideal position to actually control this, and yet, as you guys can see, it's not that bad. There's just a couple of tricks. Like I said, that flying through your own prop wash is not a good idea. I don't know whatever it's called, but
yeah, well, so you can clearly see where I was coming from. I looked at the pricing and everything, and it scared the hell out of me. And I thought, look, it's for a hobby. Am I spending money that I can justify?
See, a suggestion I made to Nico last night, which is how I do it sometimes, is if you've got a coffee table or a box or something, you can sit beside your seat to put the throttle on, so your hands are in the position you would be in a real helicopter, which is just down beside your body. As the controls are, if you look down in this view in the helicopter, you'll see where the collective is.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm watching Nico fly this, and I mean, he's doing a decent job of it.
Oh yeah.
Especially now I know that how he's having to work with them two particular controls that far apart.
And also the joystick so far forward in front of it, it's not easy.
in the real world, when I flew helicopter last time, you literally rest your hand just behind your kneecap, you know, just in that piece of flesh there, because that's how you keep your stability. Because I mean, a real one is much more sensitive than what I've got here, I can promise you that. And
we discussed this, did we not, Nico? Your elbow goes on your knee, and you use your forefinger and your thumb, and that's it.
Yeah, that's how you fly them. I mean, the last one I flew was the EC-120 Colibri, and I mean, mean, that's like a Mercedes-Benz of the sky, that thing. I mean, if you don't fly through turbulent weather, you don't even know you're flying. That's how good and cool that helicopter is to fly. But there, I mean, if you look at the translation from your thumb and your finger onto the controls there, if you move your wrist, you know, flick it, you'll die.
It's microscopic, isn't it, almost? Yeah, the movements with your fingers.
Yeah, very. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not flying with the stability augmentation right now, so it's a little bit more tricky, because now you need to use your force trim the whole time. You know, you need to force the control in a position and then trim it out so that it stays there, and it's much easier with the SAS on. But anyway, it's part of the fun of flying helicopters, you know.
You watch a real pilot and he's trimming constantly trimming.
To a point, because look, in your Robinsons you've got the friction knobs, all right, so you can set up a friction knob to a certain point. Once you've trimmed it and you're on your way, you know, you should be okay. But getting from the ground to there, that's the constant trim, constant getting this thing to balance, you know. The old egg on the tip of the knife edge, you know, it's true. It's not, doesn't sit in anybody's pants to just do this.
I describe it as akin to trying to balance a broom on your finger.
Same story. Yeah, exactly. You got it. That's not easy. And
these weird Yorkshire habits.
It's honeycomb, guys. Yes, it is. I just want to confirm to the chat, guys. It's definitely. I've got a honeycomb, and then I've got the side deck throttle and trim wheel, and then also now this X52 Pro. So. See, now when I go and fly long distances, I promise you the SAS comes on, because it just finds its stability there. It takes a second. Then I have to just get control, because I mean it gets tiring having to balance this thing the whole time, because any piece of wind, you know, pushes it in a different direction. So
that water just below you is quite good infantry.
Yeah.
God willing, Christmas, Nico, we're going to have to get this out.
Let me quickly see if I can find Sergio's last chat with me. I just want to show you the stuff he uses. It's mind-blowing, man.
Yes, please.
Oh, well, there is some out there. Yes, I've seen it. Having said that, for the HOTAS joystick, you can get an S-bend extender, can't you, Nico? For
These Sergio's,
That was the sort of equipment I was thinking of, to be honest, Mac.
Yeah.
Because
but there is an extender of the HOTAS that you can do. Then you put the joystick face on the floor, and it gives you that extra movement length with the same control effect.
Yeah, it's a lot more controllable that way.
Yeah, it gives you that extra little fine adjustment, because you can move an inch at the top of the stick, and it's only a small move.
You got it. Well, the PC seems to be working okay at the moment, Mac.
Good. Glad about that, John. Really glad.
Well, I don't know what happened with this push to talk, but it seems to be working now.
It's the time sometimes is before it kicks you out. It does vary, John, I'll admit. the other thought I'd had, because you had that problem with your windows, and I'll save it for if the problem comes back. I do have one idea that we could do.
Okay, but I may have to come back to you on that then.
It won't stop it from. I've got Discord running in admin mode, but there are certain X files if I go to play with them, and it immediately takes my focus away from Discord regardless.
I do need to change the colour of my aircraft in Sim Toolkit Pro. I've got to search for that now.
Need to what?
Change the
change
colour
it
of my aircraft in Sim Toolkit.
It's there. What, in the new map or the beta version?
The new one.
Yeah, I'm using the old map. I'm not overly keen on the new one yet.
Got our conversation here, just don't find the words and the picture he sent me. Oh, got it. Got it. Find it for you. I'll show you what he's got. So, if you're serious about flying a helicopter, check this. Chat, guys, on stream. This is what Sir Jarrah is looking for me with. Got it. Hello? Anybody home?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm just moving there, Nico.
Now. Yeah, that's where it's yeah. I've seen those, yeah.
Jordy, I'm flying in Pacific Northwest. The departure airport is KORS, Kilo Oscar Romeo Sierra, and we're going up to Ana Cortez now, which is 74S or S74. I don't know. I might be dyslexic today. You just check it. This is Ana Cortez, at least the name of it. This is Orbex scenery, by the way. So I've got Pacific Northwest and then the add-on airports for them as well.
What's the cruise speed?
Doing about, I think, 90.
Knots. Okay.
Yeah. Coming into land now, so I've slowed down. I normally cruise 100 to 120 knots in this helicopter.
Well, you've done a nice demo of it in the car anyway.
Just something different. But I'm more scared of flying the little prop jobs this evening than I am of flying the helicopter because of the landings in the prop jobs. I don't fly props that often, so we'll have to see if I actually do a good job of that. I'm too used to flying the Zibo and nothing else that it's scary. Just need to get control of this boy. The landings are tricky, it's not easy. Really not easy.
Well, John, at least it's not an Airbus, eh?
Good point there, Paul.
You'd be screaming well by now.
You know what I'm like with Airbuses, and everybody does, I think.
Come on. I think I touched down already. Dancing a bit on the skis there. Let's have a look.
What a
No,
fantastic demonstration.
That was very good. I, as I say, I was so impressed last night. I thought it would be interesting for the viewers just to see a skill touch.
You know,
Well,
Uncle,
for me, it proves that, you know, they are flyable with the right equipment.
Yeah.
And somebody who knows what they're doing.
Mm. I miss my BK117. I used to fly it in X-Plane 10 a lot. I don't know who made it. I can't remember. But I mean, that guy just gave up on it. I really, really wish. Oh, there's an oil platform there at the back. I want to see if I can land there. On the helipad.
I'd like to see you fly the Robinson R22.
Yeah, we can try that. Do we have one in X-Plane? Silly question, but do we?
I can't remember.
No
I think we
idea.
do. Do we? I'm sure we do. She's a bitch to fly.
Yeah. You see this one, what makes this one special is all the trims that you have. I mean, I've got a very fine trim. So even when I'm cruising with SAS on, I can still do my pitch and roll trims very, very finely, you know, to a very wonderful degree. But I don't know if the Robbie and these other things that's modeled, if they've got the same thing modeled, you know, if the friction knobs will be there or not. I don't know, we'll have to see.
That's why I was on about the 429, because that has got it all, and it's free. Yeah, I'll have to encourage you to download that one and give it a go, just for see what you think.
Sure,
you
sure.
can do it on Discord rather than online. But,
We'll look into that, McTrunk. Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I actually did land, and then I lifted it up, and then I smashed it down hard, you know. That's why I was laughing at me.
That's still pretty skilled flying there, so you take lift your cap to you.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Before we go, I just want to go see if I can land on that platform over platform. Not sure how far out it is. Don't waste too much time. Geordie, I know I owe you some time as well. When I'm finished here, I just want to go freshen up a little bit. Give me about half an hour or so, and then I'll let you know, and then we get together and sort out your side of things, okay?
Yes, rig fly is landing on rigs, I think. Or even on an aircraft on the aircraft carrier as well, Nico and Surrey.
That's fine. You just keep me informed. We'll talk. That's the main thing. Let's keep the communication open, and then we decide what, when, where, those kind of things, okay? Right, so let's see. Not sure if it's that one I'm flying straight ahead to. Let's see.
Just a tip, if you got a spare screen, just bring up the map and explain. Oil rigs are marked and got helipad.
Awesome. There. No, hang on, that's a different one. Where am I now? It's not where I am. It says you. There's the oil rig with helipad, yeah. Sorry guys, I had to get my bearings. I never use that map. I'm totally clueless when it comes to that. But look how this is. The SAS is on. Look how stable it is now. You can just let it go.
See what there are benefits to using the explainer map now and again just to find things.
I'm sure.
Have you tried the default Sikorsky yet?
No.
Well, you should.
That isn't easy either.
I threw it on its side about 3 or 4 times and gave up completely on that.
Yeah, the trick about it is that 0 pitch, I'm gonna say, is throttle maximum.
Wow.
On the controller, you know.
Matt, we were doing just over 120, I would say maybe 25 or 130 knots. But I'm having to slow down now for the landing here. The wind just grabs me.
That's when you pull up and stick your tail down. Just watch your wash when you slow down.
Yeah.
No, there's no Robinson R22 in there.
The reason it tilted so severely just now, guys, this is the matter of interest, is when I released the trim. Because as I was flying, I trimmed it to perfection, and as you release it, you've got to grab it. And that's why it went way out. Yeah, it's not completely maxed out, Matt, but it was close. It was getting there. Ooh, I must investigate that, does I?
Showing really, Nico, you whet my appetite again for helicopters.
I could really whet your appetite, John.
Nico's done enough damage, I think.
Can you imagine getting the auto and everything for Wales and doing the Mach loop in a helicopter?
I'll stop it.
Right, I've got the helipad in sight. It wasn't that easy to see. I can see it now.
Just remember you got 3 guys for swap.
For what?
Swap over. Crew members.
Well, I hope did not kill any of you, so just hang tight, guys. These cranes are actually working on my nerves, to be quite honest. And now I'm going backwards into my wash again. It's not what you want. I'm not sure where the crane on my left hand side is. It's kind of nerve-wracking. Bloody hell. I am sweating. I am sweating.
I
Nice
take my hat
sweet
off to you. Brilliant.
Ah, damn. Now we can't feel like that.
I hope you enjoyed that, though, Major.
Oh, for sure. Matt, it was difficult. No lies, it was difficult. The thing that bothered me the most is the fact these cranes swing. And it felt like this one here on the other side of the helicopter now, that was on my left, it felt like it was moving too close. And I didn't know where I was in relation to them.
I don't know what the procedures are for this platform, but my comment would be, where was your wind?
Oh, God knows.
No, and the other thing is, if you were in real life, I doubt you would approach the platform the way you did.
Uncle McTrying, I've never been on a platform. I don't know how platform operations
No,
work.
I'm just thinking that when I've flown in a helicopter, because the pilot sits in the right-hand seat, correct?
Yes, he would come from the right seat.
He would have come from out to sea to the left of that platform and then moved to the right and
Gotcha.
landing.
Agreed. But all that said, I thought you did an incredible job.
It did. I mean, the landing, look at it. I mean, that's brilliant. What I was thinking of when he was trying to negate the risk of those cranes, that was what you would probably have done in real life. You don't fly towards that crane.
Oh shit, look where I've gone.
I tell you what, this is, I mean, I can talk about it. Doing it is a totally different matter. This man's got the skill, though.
Completely.
I'm waiting for the personal speedboat to roll up, the equivalent of the limo.
Paul.
Put the suggestion in to explain.
just had a quick thought. Sergio met up with Pilot Yellow when they did the around the world trip, and now that I'm flying here, we're not that far off Pilot Yellow's posse here at Vancouver area somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where he's at, but he's somewhere up north here. Get him on stream to come and evaluate me. Do you guys follow Pilot Yellow? Do you know about him?
No, I don't.
They took an R66, I think, or an R44. Now you got me. I'm lying. Probably it's probably an R66. They flew all around the world. Him and his one buddy, Ruben. They flew all around the world with that thing. It was an amazing series to follow on YouTube. He's got a helicopter training facility just up north in Canada. Yeah. One thing that is happening here, by the way, is I've just noticed I'm probably gonna have to wiggle it a little bit. There's like a tough spot in my rudders, and it's like I have to, you know, put some energy into getting beyond that tough spot, so it's not very smooth in the rudder at this point in time. I never noticed it until I needed to use it as, you know, effectively as now, you know, in small movements. Jerky.
Well, I can assure you, we're not seeing that.
That's good. I am sweating. Yeah, well, this is fun. Thank you guys for sticking around for this. This is really a lot of fun.
I think you're very brave showing it off, because I've watched a lot of people trying to fly these damn things and made a right mess of it.
Yeah, you know what? You know me, I try and keep it real. If I bugger up, I bugger up. You know, I mean, I knew I wasn't supposed to fly through my own prop wash, then I did. And I paid the ultimate price, you know. Happens. Trying to find center with the pedals.
I think somebody's going to lottery and pay for your flying lessons for a helicopter.
Yeah, I'd love to fly choppers. I've got the experience with the small Cessnas now. I think the next step would logically just be the helicopters.
Probably the R44.
Yeah, here they start teaching you on the R22 and they're going to get you next level rating.
Well, I've flown the R22. I had some lessons on it, and it's a bitch. An absolute bitch.
You see, now that I've trimmed it out nicely to a certain extent, now I can use this mini trim, whatever you want to call it, and I can just nudge it a little bit, you know, up, down, left, right, make sure it stays perfect. So there I'm doing 120 knots now, guys, for the guys interested. And all we need to worry about is just keeping it steady forward, you know, in one direction. But the SAS that is on there, that stability augmentation system, really makes a big difference for the new guys. You know, if you really want to get into helis, you can at least fly it. This helicopter also, all the bells and whistles, everything work. There was a time in my life that I had everything mapped, everything was perfect, you know, so I could do the cold and dark start up and everything. But I'm gonna have to restudy it. It's been 2 years, guys. but I haven't flown this. So yesterday was the first time again.
Well, you certainly don't need to make any apologies for what you've done.
This thing has got some pretty neat. Oh yeah, look. If you, this is what I wanted to say. It's got some pretty neat features. So if you take the headset and you put it on, it's dampened the noise. It's taking it off. Look at that. This is really cool. A really nice one.
I actually bought this purposely. I don't fly it because I haven't got the controls. I do try occasionally, but it's not satisfying because I can't do the controls that I want to.
Of course. I just clicked the wrong button. I almost hit on this. And to go like that, and then I had my finger on the trim button. That's where we started over there. Might as well fly back there and call it a day, and then go do some other stuff.
Well, I shall probably end up doing another Zibo flight, Nico. My confidence is absolutely running back when I just need to do another flight.
Okay, I'll go to. You know, you won't know what happened to me in this flight earlier.
Tell me.
I started my client, remember Hakan told me to start it. I started, I clicked the fly button, and I forgot you need to press it twice. So I need to redo this flight of the stream.
Oh no.
Yeah. I won't stream it again, I'll do it offline. Gentlemen, while we are talking, if you are looking for me for streaming in the week, please always remember I prefer doing the streams in the week on Twitch. So don't lose touch with me, just go find my Twitch. It's in my about section. It's the link is underneath every single one of my videos. Just follow it. You'll get to my Twitch channel. It's more laid back there. I'm making this stream a little bit more laid back now, but this is the kind of stuff we really do on Twitch. You know, just to have fun and be ourselves. On YouTube, I'm really scared of how things look and how it comes across. It's my pride and joy, and this is where I usually you know, do the things I want to keep for a long time, and why I deleted yesterday morning's stuff, you know, so just always better. Jordy, yes. Sorry, Uncle John.
Sorry, I was just going to remind you that there's a message come through for you.
Where's the message? Oh, Jordy, yes. Okay. Jordy, do you want something free or do you want something? Because you get free packages. You get a package that's actually called live traffic that actually reads ADSB and actually then injects the traffic into X-Plane. So there's that. Then you've got stuff like X Live, which is, you know, just ordinary AI. And then Uncle John, what's that one? World traffic that you've got, eh?
Traffic global.
Traffic global. Alright, so you just need to decide which one you want, and then we can talk about it. And then the other thing would be, we spoke about Pilot Edge. I'm not familiar with Pilot Edge. You need to speak to Cody. Cody does that. But I can help you, for instance, with IVAO or with VATSIM. There I can help you with.
Traffic global is pay Just bear that in mind.
Yeah. I cannot tell you guys how much I'm enjoying this now. Unbelievable.
Well, join the club. Everybody else is as well. Well, I am anyway.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's easy. We'll get that one going for you. They do, you'll see at one point in time you're going to pull a handbrake and just say, oh, hang on, tomorrow's another day. I love this area in the world. This is a beautiful area.
Some nice authors.
Yeah. Very nice. I was thinking as I'm flying here, one of the things that really annoyed me was obviously that stutter. Sorry. See a helicopter, you don't move it too fast, too much at the time. You know, that stutter really annoyed me while I was trying to land there in Dortmund. Now, I'm wondering if I shouldn't defrag my hard drive, because that runs off my mechanical. And as soon as I get my next big paycheck, I'm going to get myself that 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm sick and tired of the stutters when you don't need them.
SSD.
Yeah, the SSD.
Bad timing for that stutter in the landing.
Yeah, I was annoyed. I think I recovered well. You guys probably didn't notice it until John said he didn't, but the fact of the matter is, I did, you know, and it really cramped my style a bit.
You're a very pilot for that.
Yeah, sorry, Johnny.
I think it was a good landing.
Yeah, for me it was okay. You know, yeah, I can live with it, and I could have logged it if I started the climb correctly. I'm very harsh on myself. That's unfortunately just part of who I am as well. I really just want it to look better. Matt, what are you asking? Can I download Auto XP without Explain being installed? Of course you can. Explain has got nothing to do with it. You can use my tutorial here on my channel, get going, fill up your 6 or 10 or 20 terabyte hard drive, and when you get Explain, you just hook them up. That's all.
Highly recommend X-Organizer.
Yeah, but he hasn't got Explain yet, so when he gets Explain, Matt, Uncle John is right, you need to invest in X-Organizer. Anybody who's serious about Explain really needs X-Organizer. It's going to be the best $10 you spent in a long time. Help you a lot.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night. Who was it? You need to have a word with me.
Can't remember.
No, you weren't around. I suggested they talk to you or John, and that was because you use it in a different way to the way I do.
I didn't know you could use it in a different way.
I don't use it. I use it for information rather than controlling my scene.
Okay. Matt, I'm sure you can imagine, just put an imaginary path in there. Make it like C:\explain. You know, I don't think it's going to stop you if it doesn't find it. If I'm wrong, I do apologize, but I don't think that's detrimental. Oh yes, that's true. Oh, now that you mention that, it actually reads the information to create not so much the mesh, the overlays actually comes from Explain. So in the area where you want to create authos from, it does need the explain information. I do apologize. Yeah, you see, now that I think about it, I realize you're going to need to explain, at least for the area where you're going to create the authos.
Just bought X organizer.
All right, excellent. Jordi, I'll show you how it works. X organizer basically organizes your whole explain, that's as the name suggests. So what happens is you can switch on sceneries and plugins and things on the fly. Yeah, sorry, Matt.
But doesn't it also put things in the right order?
Yes,
so
yes,
that
yes.
Read correctly.
Yeah. It sorts your scenery INI, because in explain you need to have the correct INI order for it to actually work correctly.
It also highlights any.
You broke up, Uncle John. Say again. It highlights
Any errors you've made in your installations.
your errors that you made. Yes, it does that too. Got a bit of a wind here. I'm having to grab.
First class.
I'm gonna go with breakfast and I'll be back in a bit.
Okay, Jordi.
First class demonstration.
I'm glad you liked it, Uncle John. See, different strokes for different folks. I mean, everybody, or most people I know, come here for either chart design or the Zibo mainly. But I mean, I think this is a excellent other alternative to show to guys. Let's watch that replay.
First class.
Oopsie. Keyboard fell. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
it was good fun. Thank you, Nico.
Pleasure, guys. Once this replay is done, we'll call it quits for the stream. Yes, Paul.
I was going to just agreeing with the guys there. This is great stuff to watch.
Yeah.
It's different, isn't it, Paul? That's the thing. It's something completely different to what we normally are watching.
Captain Olaf, you go enjoy, my friend. Thank you. I'll see you guys a little bit later on stream again when we do the VFR thing. But I want to tell you a quick story. Jordi has asked me, this is Jorge that was on stream here, Cortez, to help him set up his explain and stuff. So if I don't make it back, then I'm obviously busy working with him and getting him up to speed. But the plan is to help him and to maybe do another stream, do the prop job flight from Key West up to Palm Beach International. We'll see how it all pans out, and then if I see you, I see. If I don't see you, you know where to find me in the week.
This is a lovely approach. That view, that's lovely.
Yeah. So I just want to take it a little bit back because I was zoomed in tremendously there.
That, folks, is having control over the aircraft. But it just goes to show the sort of extra things. It's not just about flying aeroplanes and X-plane. There's all sorts of things you can get enjoyment with it.
Yeah. I'm glad you like it, Mac.
Well, I think it shows off to the audience the extent that you can use this game for, or if you want to call it a game,
Yeah, I got
but
you.
as a simulator. But you can get hours and hours of enjoyment out of this program.
Now, the Sydney Harbour scenery. The next time we do a stream, and if I've got time, or otherwise we're going to make a specific stream for that, you guys must check that Sydney Harbour scenery out. Flying around Sydney. I'm pretty sure it's Sydney. It's freaking unbelievable. And I mean, that was made for helicopters in X-Plane. It's stunning.
The beauty of flying a helicopter is you've got time to appreciate the scenery in the simulator.
Yeah.
You're not rushing everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, you can't see much at 35,000 feet, you know.
Exactly.
Once I land here, I just want to do a side view and then I'll call it quits. Because I'm really enjoying this now. Oh, there's Uncle John with his clipboard. Damn, I only saw it now.
Well, you're lucky because I had to answer the front door, so whatever I've missed, you're okay with.
Alright, now I was kidding. Have a look here, Uncle John. There's a guy with a clipboard standing here.
Okay.
Well, at least if it's not you, it's a cousin or somebody.
No, that's me. That's me. How the hell did they get me in there?
Yeah, you must ask royalties now.
I'll have to look back on the date.
Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sticking around. The guys who did it was awesome having you here for the helicopter ride as well.
Thank you for that.
Go to the next screen here and say goodbye. Cheers, guys. I hope I see you later. Otherwise, in the week on Twitch, like I explained.
Thank you, Nico. Great.
Take care.